Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Kilo Chari Torah's daily shofar sounding and for the month of Elul and review of Maimonides' 613 commandments, the Taryag Mitzvos for September 1st. Also, welcome to September, since we're welcoming. We are sounding the shofar again for another couple days up until the day before Erev Rosh Hashanah, so you can hear that right here every day. If you remember, over the last couple of days, we've been talking about liability, damages, torts, and so on. So we have several categories of what they translate here as Baili. I guess we would translate Shomer as watcher, watchman. You have an unpaid Shomer, an unpaid watcher, a paid watcher, and a borrower. In other words, if you lend your lawnmower or your hedge trimmers or your car, whatever reason to someone, there's different degrees of liability depending on if they rent it, if they watch it for you for nothing, or if they borrow it for their own benefit. So let's talk about first the unpaid Shomer. This is the mitzvah of an unpaid watcher. What are we talking about? Rambam says in Mor Nevuchim, in the Guide for the Perplexed, that the fairness of the law is evident. So here you have someone who is keeping the property of his neighbor for nothing. In other words, a neighbor's going on holiday and says, please watch my car, or watch my lawnmower, or watch my house. The watcher is not deriving any benefit for himself. He's only doing it to be a good neighbor. So he is free from responsibility. An injury done to the property, the owner alone bears the loss. However, to be quit of liability, the Bailey must take an oath in every case of loss or damage that the mishap to the goods or animals or property entrusted to him was not caused by his own neglect. Okay, so that's one kind. Now contrast that to the law of a paid watcher, a paid shomer. In other words, you ask someone to house sit for you. I'll pay you X amount per day. You'll have benefit for that. I'm paying you, and you'll watch my house, watch my car, watch my lawn. This mitzvah teaches us that in the law of a paid watcher and of one who hires that watchman, one law applies to both, as explained by the sages. We find this in Baba Kama. What happens if one takes wages for keeping property or pays for using it? In other words, you rent a lawnmower from the rental company. The owner as well as the borrower both profit from it, so the losses must be divided between them. It's done in this manner. The Baili, the borrower or the watcher, pays for any loss caused through a lack of care. In other words, if it's lost or stolen, it means he wasn't taking good care of it. He wasn't putting it in a safe place where it would be protected from that. For this happens only when the Baili does not take precaution. The owner, on the other hand, bears such losses as cannot be prevented if by accident the animal falls and breaks its limbs, or it's carried away by armed men as stolen goods, or if it dies. Okay, so that is that. We will cover one more, which is the law of a borrower, a shomer chinam. We'll speak about that tomorrow. No, the borrower is the shoel, the one who borrows without paying for it. Please join us for that. In the meantime, have a good day.